Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm going to go over 5 settings you should have turned on in your DJI Mini 2. Alright, so I have my DJI Mini 2 hovering outside and I have the menu system right here. So I'm just going to dive right into the menus. And first thing you're going to want to enable is the format on the bottom. So when you go to photo mode, at the bottom there's a format. By default it's just JPEG. You're going to want to enable J plus RAW, so it'll shoot JPEG and RAW. The RAW images are much easier to edit and they have a lot more information in the highlights and the shadows. Alright, so let's move on to setting number 2, and that is to allow the upward movement of your gimbal camera. Now, why would you want this enabled? Well, sometimes if you're flying over a pool and you're looking up at a building or a home, it's nice to have that, to be able to go negative degrees. So you're gonna want to go into, hit the 3 buttons and then go into, I believe it's under control. Yep, you go to control, allow upward gimbal rotation. So let's go ahead and enable that. And now that I'm outside, so by default it will only go to 0. It'll stop at 0, and sometimes you might want that enabled. But now I can go negative 20 degrees up. So if I'm flying low, I can look up and it can really create some more interesting shots. Setting number 3 is going to be changing your quick shot resolution from 1080p to 4K. Now to do that, you're going to want your camera or your drone in quick shot mode. And then once it is, by default the resolution is 1080p. You can scroll down here and select 4K. Now you have all the options for different modes. For real estate photography, you might want to consider using circle, usually rocket, droney. I mean, most of these are irrelevant, but quick shot circle is a nice one that you might want to consider using in real estate videos. Alright, and let's move on to settings 4 and 5, which is enabling the histogram and the overexposure warning. So let's go back. Actually, I'm going to put it back in photo mode. Hit the 3 buttons, go to camera, and right here under general, you'll just slide histogram and overexposure warning. So now, if your drone, so you can see right there in the sky where it's all white. Actually, I'm gonna intentionally overexpose it so you can see the warning now. Alright, so that's at exposure value plus 0.7. You can see there's not much detail in those clouds now. So that's what's nice about the exposure warning, because you want to make sure that you get details everywhere except maybe a cloud if you don't really care too much, because that's clearly white. It's just showing you what things are completely white. And then the histogram you can use just to make sure that your exposure is correct, if you're familiar with histogram. But if you don't know too much about the histogram, you can rely pretty well on the overexposure mode for making sure that your shot is properly exposed. Alright, so those are 5 settings that you should have enabled on your DJI Mini 2. If you have any additional questions or would like me to test the Mini 2 further in the field, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you're interested in learning more about the real estate photography business, you can check out our free training. The link is in the description as well. That's going to do it for this one. If you got value, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you like content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.